I'm here with James, and we've just witnessed Arsenal 1-0 win away against Brentford. A good day, given that Man City and Liverpool both dropped points. It means that Arsenal go top of the league. James, you must be feeling very happy.
It's a great day. You know, City and Liverpool taking points off each other, great. Chelsea getting battered. I mean, that's just doesn't affect us, but it's just great to see. And then we go to Brentford, a place that's it's a really tough place to go. Look, they did the double on City last year. Okay, that second game, City was sort of, they'd won the title by then. But, they're a team. I've seen Liverpool drop points there. I've seen United get slapped 4-0 there. Okay, it's not Brentford without Ivan. It's Brentford without Ivan Toney, but we've also seen that they're a real handful even without him. They're really defensively organised. They are very spirited, and they have a go. And I think, look, Arsenal weren't at their scintillating best going forward. How many times has that been said on a fan cam or on this channel? But once again, we were at least resilient enough and had a platform to stop them from doing anything. And so if that moment came, the one would be enough. That doesn't mean we didn't make a few errors that, led to them having, a couple chances cleared off the line with Zinchenko and Rice doing really, really well to get back. But that was it. It had to be from our errors. And that has kind of been the story of the season. Not at our best, but I'll forgive it today more than in any other week, because back from the international break, away at a team, I've just explained why I rate them so much when they're at home, after City have played Liverpool, it was just a massive opportunity. I'm glad we took it.
Yeah, as you said, there was a lot of pressure on us coming into this game because, we had to win if we're going to go top of the table, and we did that. But let me just rewind it back a little bit to the start, when you got the team news. No Havertz. A lot of people, myself included, were saying, you know what, I'll go with that because maybe we need to shake things up a little bit. And we got to see Odegaard and Rice, etc. in midfield. So Havertz not playing, what was your response to that?
I wasn't overly surprised he didn't play. Because Odegaard was back, I kind of thought we'd go with Jorginho and Rice. I was surprised he went with Trossard. That's not something we've seen really since pre-season, other than late in games where he's tried to make a difference or whatever. So to start with Trossard, Odegaard, Rice, look, on paper, it sounds brilliant. Profile-wise, it reminds me of that Özil Cazorla midfield of 2015, where they just had this ability to play between each other. But our midfield isn't as fluid as that midfield. That football's evolved since, and Arteta's evolved this team a lot. But also, we haven't seen it. We haven't seen Trossard excel in that midfield. I actually thought he did fine. I thought he was better than Odegaard today. I'm confusing Odegaard and Özil. I thought he was better than Odegaard today. But what Havertz did do when he came on was actually show us what we were lacking from that midfield three, which is kind of crazy to say because I was happy to see the technicians on. But we saw that box crasher. We saw someone who's trying to get on the end of things. Then how many times did we see Saka cross to the back post? And then Martinelli sort of stood there like, well, that was a poor cross. And then we had it a bit before when Martinelli crossed it to the back post. Jesus, Odegaard, Saka all just kind of stared at it, sort of going wide. Havertz, we saw against Burnley, we've seen in other games, he actually recognises to make those runs. He's always done a lot with it, but he's always there to attack the ball. And in this situation, it paid off and he's got us the winner.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a lot of credit because I have been critical of him in the past. I wouldn't say overcritical. I've tried to give him his fair due. But, the facts will tell you that before this game, he'd only got the one goal and one assist. And even the goal he got was against Bournemouth, where we were 3-0 up. So that was a bit of a gimme. But today, you've got to give him credit. He didn't start, but he came on and he won us the game.
Well, also, you can only look at what other players in his position were doing in the 70-odd minutes before he came on. I felt Trossard did fine, but there wasn't a lot in terms of invention. I look at Odegaard, really. I thought, some really under-hit passes. Didn't look as neat. Some, switches of play that didn't quite work out, cross to the back post that were kind of easily defended. I wasn't seeing Odegaard show us a different gear, a different something. Now, listen, I'm not going to do that thing where Havertz came on, scored a goal, so suddenly it's a 10 out of 10. He was amazing, man of the match. You're saying to yourself on the watch along, sometimes we're doing too much to kind of, raise up what he's doing, to kind of try and feel like we're making a breakthrough with him. What he did do, very neat on the ball, very neat, passed with purpose. Came back to work hard. There was one moment where Zinchenko had the ball in a tight area. He got back, helped him out, and Arsenal played out the back in that sense. The first thing he did actually when he came on was take a touch, because I think he had his back to goal. He took a touch with his right that took him away from the defender, and suddenly we were in behind. And there were just little moments of purpose behind what he did. And then you saw that with the goal again. So you can't reel off, like if someone made a compilation of everything Havertz did in that game, you'd probably find 5 or 6 things. But the 5 or 6 things he did were just good. They were good, they were neat, they were sensible, and they were with purpose. And I think it was good to see that because the team lacked a little bit of purpose, invention, drive, and he kind of rose above it more than anyone else. But I do want to shout out Bukayo Saka, because he was poor again today. I'll be honest, that's harsh. He wasn't poor. At best, I was giving him a 5 before his assist. He got around his defender once or twice. I think he was just struggling with the combinations. He wasn't getting in areas. He was losing the ball. Him and Eddie at times stumbling on it. But he's got 15 goals and assists in all competitions. Yeah. He is an output machine. Do you know what I saw earlier today? Jeremy Doku, who is an incredibly talented player. I love watching him. Just such a thrill to watch. Beating Trent every time. Beating him inside, outside, coming inside, flicks, tricks, the lot. He looked unplayable. But every cross, it didn't get someone. It was cut out. It was blocked. Yeah. And I'm not going to start this Doku versus Saka, whatever. Saka's my guy. Doku's brilliant. He'll get there. Pep will work on him. But what I love about Saka is there's an end product about him that even when he's not playing, you can almost bank on him to produce that. And I was sitting there on the watch, I'm going, Martinelli off again, typical, because he was putting some good balls into the box. Yeah. But Arteta, I think, will feel a bit vindicated, saying, because Saka can produce that moment like he did at the bridge, and like we've seen there with that cross as well. That cross to the back post is cash money. Definitely.
And you mentioned Saka there. There's a couple other players I wanted to ask you about. First one, let's talk about Aaron Ramsdale, because this was always likely to be a very poignant day for him today. He came in because, let's face it, Raya, because of the loan, wasn't able to play. Ramsdale's come in. I think it's fair to say that in the first half, he had some really difficult moments. Second half looked a lot better, kept a clean sheet. What do you see as the future for Aaron Ramsdale from here on in?
I said on the watch, and this might be jumping the gun too much, I think he's played his last Premier League game for Arsenal. I mean, unless there's suspension or injury for David Raya, I don't see where he'll play in the Champions League probably. And I think that'll be it. Raya will start every other game. And so I think they'll be keen to secure him a move, especially with the Euros coming up. Because it's not about not being England's number one. He could lose his squad place right now. Johnson's in there, Pope's doing all right, I think. So I think that might have been the last time we see him in the Premier League. Look, he made errors in the first half, but he recovered from them and actually was claiming crosses and did his thing after that. So credit to him, and played some nice passes as well today. Look, the debate can rumble on. Arteta's made his decision. We're top of the league. I'm not going to dwell on it too much.
And finally, it would be remiss of me not to ask you about the man of the match.
Yeah.
Declan Rice, who in my view, and I'm sure yours, we're going to hear from you in a minute, obviously, put in another superlative performance. And, what can you say about this man, Declan Rice? He's been unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, how you can look at £105 million and say, it's not, you've not overpaid, you're not wondering where that's gone, you're not wondering why we underpaid. He looks unbelievable. West Ham fans are all looking at us. I was talking to Nicky the other day. He goes, yeah, I know, I told you. He's been unbelievable. Man of the match today again. Just best player on the pitch. Shout out to our defence, who was superb. Zinni, Gabriel Saliba, Tomiyasu all did their thing. They were brilliant as well. But
I'll have to get my man Jack to do the stats, but I'm sure he's probably got more man of the match performances than anyone else this season. Surely.
In the Premier League? Maybe. I will look into it, but he's probably racked up 4 or 5, I'd imagine, in those 13. So, top player.